Garbanzo does what Nintendon't. The base mechanics are different from something like Mario, pulling inspiration from running gun games like Mega Man or the tank sections of Blaster Master, and bullet hell games like, freaking Brotato, and fusing it with a Mario-like platforming base, but are nonetheless equally straightforward. Mario runs and jumps, Garbanzo spits. Mario has power-ups that he loses after getting hit. Garbanzo has power-ups that can be purchased, equipped, and swapped at will. Mario can hit enemies standing on a block by hitting the block from below. Garbanzo can spit on blue bullets, destroying them upon impact. Mario can accelerate and hold his arms out when he reaches P-speed, but he lacks Garbanzo's moonwalking gusto. Mario's enemies are usually killed in one hit. Garbanzo's take more hits and are only temporarily stunned when defeated.
There's a lot of differences for sure, but they're just as refined, and the means with which these mechanics are introduced safely, elaborated on, then twisted is remarkably similar. But the real difference lies with the degree and frequency with which these mechanics are explored.
In Super Mario Bros. 3, there are 2 levels featuring the Angry Sun, this annoying, invulnerable evil sphere that chases Mario throughout the stage and occasionally dives down to try and take a hit. Garbanzo Quest has its own Angry Sun in the form of Mr. Smiley, and he's even more persistent than the Angry Sun. He doesn't just occasionally swoop down to try and take a hit, he's constantly following Garbanzo, forcing players to weave around the enemy while navigating all the other obstacles. But instead of appearing twice in the game, Mr. Smiley appears in 28 of the game's 79 levels. So many that creator Zach Gardner even considered removing some of those appearances in a post-game patch. Utilizing an enemy that frequently isn't necessarily a negative, however. Not only is it an extremely efficient use of resources, but it's demonstrative of the game's desire to fully explore the game's mechanics instead of merely disposing of them after a handful of uses. Every time this guy appears, it comes with a fresh, unique gameplay challenge. Can you juggle Mr. Smiley while doing this, or this, or this? What about Mr. Smiley and an evil shark? What about Mr. Smiley and the infamous Mr. Candy Cane?
Mario players will never master the Angry Sun by playing the 2 levels we see him in the original Super Mario Bros. 3, but Garbanzo players, they know Mr. Smiley. As a result of the game having less core mechanics, but exploring them to their fullest, the game has license to amp up the difficulty more quickly and trust that players will be comfortable.